Hey yo, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to the second edition of Straight Up on this lovely June morning. It's June 11th. I got my boy Dustin in the studio with me.
What up?
We got Shane Lawson on the line. Shane, are you with us?
Yes, sir.
That's what's up. Hey, go ahead and come down to like 30 something on the volume. Bring the volume way down. Yeah, okay, there we go. All right, y'all, we getting it together over here. So, come down a little bit more on that. audio. My bad, man. Hate to be doing all this on the film, but yeah. There we go. Let's background that shit. All right. Yeah. Now we got Shane Lawson on the line. You might know him from. He's got quite a few famous T-shirts out. Well, I see him all over Facebook. I know you've seen them, Dustin. Everywhere. To pray about it. What was the other T-shirt? $1 Million Dream. Yeah, I don't know how I forgot that. But yeah,
everyone has one.
Everybody in Hot Springs got this dude's shirts. Like he's got his entrepreneurship. He got that shit mastered.
Pretty proud of that too.
He got it mastered and crafted. So and that's what I want to speak about. Because we don't find too many entrepreneurs in the black community, because yesterday, let's get back to it for those who missed yesterday's show. We did a good hour talking about black economics and finances, and entrepreneurship is something we really didn't touch on as much, and I figured Shane would be the right person to get to on that. So
of course.
So your thoughts, man. How has your experience been during your venture trying to build your brand?
Man, I mean, I think the best thing I can say is it's like a up and down type of deal. You got your good moments, you got your bad moments, but I mean, I think at the end of the day, if you believe in yourself enough, I mean, we can't use any excuse at the end of the day. It's either you do it or you won't do it. And I mean, and it's hard too, especially like say with the black black culture and things like that, because we've always been taught to work for someone, or
exactly.
Or that's too much to go out there and get your own business. Because people look at me like I'm crazy sometimes, like because I quit my job just to do this stuff. Like I mean, I actually walked away from a good job, and they wanted me to stay there like with them forever. Like I would have had a great career. Like I mean, and I knew it, but I wasn't happy.
And having a good job is something that blacks, we aspire to a little too much. I mean, yeah, it's cool. It's cool to get you a good job. I understand, and get your income coming in. But a job is not something that can enrich you. You can't get wealthy. You can't get wealthy working a job.
No.
The money you're going to get from a job is just going to sustain you from check to... That's why we all live in check to check. It's just going to get me to next pay period so I don't starve, so I can pay my bills and shit.
It's like basically I'm working for someone else to make their life a little better, and
that's true, but it's always a hard fine line between that, because the reality of it is that even me being an entrepreneur, I'm basically a boss. So I will still have people that work for me also.
Yeah.
So in a way, I'll be somewhat putting myself in that same position as that I work for someone to make them better. But I mean, my job and my ideals is to, I'm the boss, but how can I make the people that are working for me actually, how can I get them ahead also? Like what? And that's the hardest thing to do, because the whole game is to make money. But at the same time, how can everybody make money? And that's the hard part. And I think that's what people forget, And like for me right now, I mean, I just do everything by myself, because like I said, I can't afford to pay someone. But at some point, I will need more people to come in. But my thing is how can I get it to where they can be happy and satisfied, and they can get ahead, as opposed to just being like right at the middle.
And that's where it comes in play that, like, the bank, it doesn't, like, give you enough money to start to actually take care of the people that actually are under you, or, the word I'm looking for. I can't really say it, you know what I'm saying, but it's like basically the people that are under you have to get money and provide for their families too. So as being a self-employer, you have to look out for the people that look out for you. So if they don't actually let you get ahead with the things that you're doing, or if you're not making enough money, how could you actually provide to seclude your, you know what I'm saying, your people that looks out for you, your employees, because you are there.
And it's kind of fucked up. It's the way it's structured, because in capitalism, it's an entire pyramid scheme. The guy at the top does a little bit of he does nothing. The people at the top, the people at the bottom are holding the weight of the guy at the top. Like they're pushing all the lines and doing everything. But in that system, it doesn't work out, and it doesn't create incentive. It makes me go to work and not want to work as hard.
Yes,
because why would I work hard to build your empire?
Exactly.
But see, when you're building your own empire, I'm sure. I mean, you go in there and you do everything to the 100. You feel me? You make sure everything is tediously, taken care of, because you want your shit to be 100 because it enriches you.
Mm-hmm.
But
and it represents you, and it's a part of you. But I mean, see, I was also once in that position where I worked for someone else. Like even when I went to my job, doing the whole shoe deal, I started off trimming leather, and when I went in there, I told them to put me at the bottom. I was like, I deliberately wanted to be there purposely, and I made minimum wage, and I had a second job where I made more money, but I knew that if I could put myself at this place, this is where I needed to be. So I took, the initial setback, and then I doubled my money actually, by steady work and doing those certain things. But also my background was, I went to school somewhat for fashion, for pattern making, and a lot of internships. So that got me into that position. But I had to drop college because of the financial issues, which I feel like today is a problem in America. When, like, for me, my worst regret was going to school. And I feel like that's the worst thing to say.
Wow.
Ooh, that is so real, because I just had that same conversation with someone, and I was talking about why take all that energy to go get validated by someone else to prove that you're something, And
that's what it is. It's a piece of paper that tells you you're now worthy to work for this person. But but see, that's the whole school system. School teaches you how to work for someone else.
Exactly.
That's the whole reason they created the education system.
And it's even worse in high school, because they never was like, hey, you can have your own. Nobody told me I could have my own business. No. They always was like, you can go work for
get a job.
You get a job, and that's it.
Get a good job. That's
they want to keep you at that point where they.
That's something. Control. That's something that you find in the black community more than anywhere.
And that's the problem.
We always encourage our children to go get the best job, go find the best master, go work for the richest white man you can, and you be okay.
Yeah. And that's true, and that's very sad. And then two, if we do want our kids to be big, the only things that we tell them is, though, you better go pick up a basketball or learn how to run.
Yeah, exactly. completely marginalized. We got it. We in this little bitty tiny bubble. It's like, yeah, just like you said, the only avenues out the hood right now, well, the only avenues niggas see is either I'm going to sell so much dope that I just ball out this motherfucker, or I'm going to pick up one of these balls, football, basketball, or something, or I'm going to rap or make these white people laugh or something, or I got to do something to entertain somebody. It's never like I'm going to use my intellectual prowess, I'm going to use my ingenuity and invent something, we don't see much research, and we got a lot. We got enough problems in the black community to keep research busy for a long time. So
very long.
And that brings me to a point of like where they want you to be. They don't want you to get too high above them where they can sit beside you and see that you're making money just like them. They want you to be below them, or at least a little step below them, so they can feel like they're superior. Because blacks, they don't want us to have anything like, as in businesses or own major 500 companies. You know what I'm saying?
It's scary to them.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
And you could kind of think of it. It's this person, you done fucked this person over completely.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but you still see him. Y'all still in the same proximity. Y'all live in the same house or something. So it's like you just waiting for this motherfucker to try to get you back.
Exactly.
You just like, well, I know he gonna get me back. I know he's just waiting for his chance to see me not looking so he can get me back for all the shit I did to him. So I understand that fear that's within them. They've been waiting for niggas to retaliate since 1865.
Exactly.
Like when are they gonna come back and kill us all? So
yeah. And it's sad though, you know, but that's the way it is, you know. Like I was telling somebody, you know, the other day, the scariest thing in the world is not a black man with a gun in his hand, it's a black man with a book.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And when you tell people that, they'll sit there and be like, they don't understand that meaning into a movie. Then they sit there and like, okay, and I broke it down to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because you take a gun, I mean, it only holds a set amount of bullets for whatever gun that has. A book, you can pass it along and it never stops.
That's why they make sure they keep us marginally educated. That's why they make it the norm for niggas not to be smart. I mean, for real. If you step into a room and you exude intelligence and you articulate your words as a black man,
You're out of your boundaries.
yeah, it's like, oh, you're so different, or you're white, or it's all these different things, you know.
I've had people told me that, oh, Shane, you can hang out with us. You the blackest white dude, whitest black dude I know. I'm like, what sense is that? What is
Exactly.
you know? So why I dress white? I'm like, damn, because my clothes fit.
We've taken certain things and attached black to them, like it's like that shit is not cool. That they think all black people are stupid.
Exactly.
Like, oh, just because you're smart, that takes away from your blackness.
Exactly. Why would I
And
want
that's
to be
what
black?
that's what they teach us.
Yeah.
Because even when I was in school, I tried to play the dumb card sometimes just because I didn't want people to be like, oh, you smart. And it was so bad that I fell victim to it and didn't achieve the grades that I knew I could have until I got outside of school. And I was like, damn, if I'd have did what I was supposed to do, I could have had a 4.5. I could have had a perfect score, but because I was victim to the same system that 90% of us, 95% of us do, you know, hey, but luckily I still made, you know, a 3.0, but I could have did better.
I got shit like that from my family. You feel me? I remember I was like 7 years old. As a matter of fact, we was living out here in Hot Springs, coincidentally, living uptown. I walk in the room, I'm like, mother has a beautiful cake in her room. I'm like 7 years old, completely articulate, said it perfect English. My whole family bust out laughing at me and clown me till this day for that shit. For speaking proper English. It's like, what the fuck? And then right then and there, that was like, damn, that was my life lesson. Like, you don't speak proper English around niggas.
And that's the way America views blacks nowadays. You know?
And that's the sad reality of it. That's the sad reality that it is. I mean, it's like that. You know, you gotta be black or you gotta be this way, and it's like, man, it's sad. You know, the bottom line of it is just sad that we become like that.
It's like they set a margin for us. You know, they don't want us to cross over that margin to being like them. You know, being pro-dominant white. You know, or being pro-dominant black. They want us to be something that we're not.
Now, and to get us back to economics, do you think if we start having these diversified images that will help our economic sense? Meaning, if we have more than one type of black male because right now, y'all know there's one type of black male in the community, and you see the same nigga riding by over and over again.
Yes.
It's the same nigga. It's different niggas, but they all the same nigga. They all got the same hairstyles. They all wear the same clothes. They aspire to the same bullshit. So it's like, if we do get these diversified images and we got this nigga, okay, yeah, I do this, but I'm a gardener. And this other nigga, I build houses. I'm an electrician. We don't have that. Everybody want to be the thug. Yes. Everybody want to be a football player, basketball player.
Have the bling bling or the rims or
yeah.
And we want it now, and we want it right
now. And the sad thing about with the bling bling and the rims, who's making that? It ain't no black people making it. They not controlling it. No. They might be doing the labor for that stuff, but who's making the money off of it? White people, and it's crazy.
And that's the fucked up part is we don't, even the fucked up detrimental shit that we buy, we don't even sell it to ourselves.
No.
It's
Yeah,
like,
don't.
That's
at,
the crazy part.
at least we could be, at least a black person could be coming up.
We'll make 100,000 of something and go sell it to the white man. And
The only
ball
thing we
for a
sell
little.
to ourselves is
Yeah.
crack, my nigga.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and that's fucked up.
And that's it, yeah.
That's
and
fucked.
so
And the
sad.
cold part, we ain't even getting the cocaine from us. Like,
No.
like where's
Yeah.
the niggas? Niggas ain't growing their own cocaine. Nobody. I mean, for real. If you
Yeah.
if you gonna be into something, everything we do is making somebody else rich. It's giving somebody else profit,
Always.
and uplifting another group of people besides us, because we hate each other. So how can we expect other motherfuckers to like us? But
And that's true. I mean, it's sad, and that's what I say. Like when I hate to say it sometimes, but it's just the truth. White folks brainwash us. I mean, to the core. We just accepted that, and then we don't do nothing about it.
No.
So what do you think are the main causes? What puts us in our economic state?
I mean, from one thing, it's just from our history. It's been passed down so much that, like, I mean, because we all know how things happen and how we all came about, but it's like, okay, we still get put in these hoods and these ghettos, and it's already been there before us, and it's like, but that next kid is looking at that next kid across the street, and it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna do what he's doing because he's getting it fast.
I feel it's just lack of knowledge.
That's what I mean. All of that. I think we don't want to do nothing. We don't want to teach. We don't want to read.
We don't want to see the next man get to where we want to be.
But back to what you were saying. Like I think it's the lack of diversified images in the community, because we look out and the motherfuckers we see in our community that are doing good, they either got a ball in their hand, they either selling dope or doing these things. So, I mean, we can only make choices based on the shit that's in front of us.
Well, we see.
I can't choose some shit that I don't even know about.
And that's 100% true, because I started drawing shoes because of me watching basketball, and I saw Michael Jordan's shoes, and I started drawing shoes at 8. Then at 12, I said, you know what, I'm gonna own my own company, and I'm gonna design my own stuff. And then I drew my own logo, and I started drawing my own stuff at 12. But the reality of that was, I saw that image, and then I took it and I changed it to what I'm trying to make it into now. So all these points, it makes sense because we don't see nothing in the community.
Right.
We're not told nothing in the community. And people make us be ashamed if we study and read that you a nerd, you're a white boy.
Right.
I mean, you ain't real. You're not down. You ain't
Not
cool.
like us.
Like, you don't know where you fit in. And that's the problem with black people. We get lost in where we fit in.
And going back to the white schools and everything, I mean, look what they teach. They're teaching them computer programming, wood shop, auto mechanics, all this shit in high school, making sure they have something to fall back on.
They have a trade.
Making sure. And when you look in their culture, they have a bunch. There is no one white dude.
No.
There's no one white dude that's just cookie cut out and just universal. They have different facets,
It's groups. They're born into.
And with us, it's like niggas are just this monotone, this one track motherfucker. This one archetype just rules all niggas.
Right.
And if you don't fit into that, you ain't black. You ain't black.
Yeah.
A motherfucker will tell you. And so making money. So being black is being broke. Being in prison.
And that's basically what it says. I mean, that's just, how it is. Because, I mean, even with me starting my business, I mean, I had to sit there and, I had to study and study and study. Nobody helped me when it came to get this business. I mean, I spent my own money. I mean, I spent my time. I didn't have nobody to call and say, hey, how do you do this? Hey, what's this? What's that? I had nobody to call. So I had to sit there and do something that was very uncommon, and even to this day, I'm still doing stuff by myself and looking on the computer, and thank God for Google and YouTube, because, I mean, I had to educate myself some way,
Is there any, support behind you?
I mean, it's support, yeah. I mean, it's a surprising thing because you get support, and a lot of it is from, people that you wouldn't expect, and the sad reality is the black community is really behind it, it's always things like that you be like,
That's
you don't think
surprising.
about.
Because
But
I know most people, they look at you like, okay, he's doing this, he's doing that. I don't want to put money into his pocket. I want to take what he has and put it in my pocket and make what I can do.
But
what I
when
can get
niggas see niggas doing something like what Shane is doing, niggas will see that and talk about what he not doing.
Exactly.
Like he ain't doing it big. He ain't doing it big enough. Oh, nigga, all
Yeah.
you got is t-shirts, nigga.
Exactly.
You ain't
Yeah.
doing that. Like for real. We knock each
I
other
mean,
when
I've
it comes to
had that happen, and I've heard that people have made comments about how can I get ahead by just making T-shirts. But what people don't feel to realize, there's money to be made. I mean, and that's the sad thing about it is people get so brainwashed and they see TV and see, because I'm not on TV, people will ignore me, and that's one thing I came to realize, because people be like, won't you go to the churches and sell your shirts? Churches, no. My shirt says pray about it. I mean, that's a religious shirt going straight to the churches. And the crazy part about it is I get more people outside of the church that bought that shirt.
Exactly.
And it's sad, and I'm not trying to be no churches, but I'm going to just keep it real. More of my money coming from people outside the street. I mean, I got people that probably weren't to pray about it going to the club. It's just being
Hey,
real.
since you hit the topic about churches, I don't want to step on no religious toes. I know we a lot of black people are religious and everything, but what role has the church played in the finances of the black community?
Not too much, man. Not too
Because
much.
churches, I believe, one statistic said black churches bring in about $3 billion a week.
I'm going to keep it real. I'm gonna just say this. Now, repeat that question to me, then I'm going to tell you just, you said about the role that the black church
What
played
role
in my
has the
business?
black church played just in black finances in general? Or you can talk about your experience.
Well, from my experience, and I'll be real, Shane Lawson has invested money in Shane Lawson, and that's it.
And that's it.
And that's
no more.
Now, I'm not saying with a church, I can only account for people that have supported me, but I'm not necessarily I haven't had, that type of backing.
Not that the church is obligated to help us with our financial ventures. The purpose of the question was to, I'm just wondering, because since the churches get so much money, there's a bunch of black churches
that's
here.
what I'm saying.
They get a lot of money every week from
when
me.
you always run around and you saying, "Oh, we doing this for the community and we do this," or you stand on
I don't
that.
see
what
it.
are you doing?
I don't see it. I don't see churches out.
All I see is the tide passing around.
When I was out in the community doing my little community work, I barely heard from churches and shit. You feel me? No, it's like churches
Or self-contained, you know.
Yeah, they speak to this certain demographic, and it's usually all female, which is crazy. The black church is always all female, but they will take all this money from these people and not put anything back. Like in a lot of these fucked up ass neighborhoods, they will have $1 million churches. They would drop $1 million black church in the middle of the fucking neighborhood, and nobody's appalled. Like, damn.
And then you got people hungry right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
You drive past them and you talk about them. But that's why I get so confused, because I'm like, okay, you doing this stuff, and because I even sat and spoke with a group of people, and I tried to explain to them why having a black business will be prominent in my town, and they sit back and they ask a few questions, and then you walk out of there like, I feel like nothing was solved. And now time has passed, and you still like, okay, ain't nobody called me. So it gets to that point where I do this stuff on my own, because, at the end of the day, I went and spoke to two schools, which were alternative learning schools, because the regular schools, quote unquote, I feel like I'm not on TV. They don't care about me, So, and it's sad because the kids can look at me, and I was looking at one school, and I went into the restroom, and the kid was in there, and he was like, "What grade you in?" So obviously these kids think I'm their age. So for one thing is you got a black kid that's actually running a business, and that can give, and I'm trying to give these kids, and that's why I'm going to the schools that accept me, because I'm going back in the fall, and I'm going to teach the kids how to do screen printing. I'm going to teach them how to apply for, to do interviews. That way when they get out in the real world, they are set up better, and I'm going to keep going. I don't care if I go in there by myself every month. That's just my personal goal. But see, for me, it's just sad because it needs to be more, but at the same time, I can only control myself, and I don't try to be like, hey, y'all, we all need to do this, because the sad reality of it is everybody is not looking at the same thing. People are in it for different reasons, you know, and that's really bad amongst the black community, because
we don't agree on anything. Somebody said something about white people. They will agree on their history even if it's a lie.
Yeah.
This is how we gonna control the situation. We gonna come to a consensus. Mm-hmm. And that's what we as black people don't do. We don't come together and form think tanks and try to actually address any of our issues because we on this individualistic level.
It's like
everything is about me. I have to handle me and mine. Everything is mine and my kids, and not to think about those kids down the street who you neglecting. You might get a little older, and they gonna get a little older, and they might be the same motherfuckers breaking up in your house.
Exactly.
Because you didn't address those problems when they were right there in the community. We got to understand that the community is just a macrocosm of the home. You know. It starts in the home, but you have to also address your community as your home too, because what goes on around you is gonna affect you.
It's what you see.
And that's 100% true. And that's why, like, when I went to the schools, like I said, the alternative learning schools, you know, they get ignored. But see, my thing is, okay, a kid is in the regular school system. He does something bad, and then you put him in this school. But then you surround him with kids just as bad or if not worse. So then what are you really teaching him? I mean,
man,
that's the same thing as jail.
I've been saying that you take these children, you take all of them, and you put them all together, the worst of the worst kids, and you put them together, thinking it's gonna make them better. That's not going to work.
Well, the kid just had a little problem.
Together, and form groups and cliques and gangs, and then they get worse.
Like when niggas go to prison.
Yes.
Niggas they go to prison for selling weed, come out selling cocaine.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's just how it goes.
And it's so sad because when I went to one of those schools and I was telling somebody that I wanted to go, and one of the person was like, why would you go with them bad kids? And I'm sitting there looking at it like, are you serious? That's the problem right there, because you keep saying they bad, then they gonna be bad.
And the only thing they gonna put around them is more bad kids.
Exactly. And that's it. And I went and spoke to those kids, man. Those kids are smart. They just got people that keep telling them they bad, and then nobody wants to come and help. I mean, it's just a sad reality. I went to one school. Well, I met a principal, and I gave her one of my cards. I was like, I'm Shane. This is what I do. I like to, talk to the kids and whatnot. I get no phone call. But my little, one of my siblings tell me that they get a person that speaks at the school about drunk driving. Soon as after that person is speaking about drunk driving, and then they get arrested for like a DUI. So it's like, but you sit up here and you bring these people, but you look at me and you judge me, but don't want to bring me. And I'm just sitting there like, it's crazy, but that's the sad world we live in this day, that it's a sad people, but people still scared. Because like I told my brother one time, I said, people better get scared, because I'm just in an apartment right now in a one bedroom with my own money and nobody else's money, in which the money I have is limited, very limited, because I still have to live off of it and make, do my stranding. And I told my brother, I said, people better get scared, because once I do get ahead, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Because, and the blessing for me is that all my clients that I do shirts for, like in bulk, have been black. And they've been around my age. And so that's the cool thing that I can say right now, that we can do business together. And I've been doing business with black people my age.
Just like you were just talking about how we talk to the kids. We tell them like, oh, y'all bad. These kids bad, and they bad. We talk to niggas the same way. Oh, niggas ain't gonna never come together. You can't fuck with niggas. You can, and we do the same thing to ourselves. So when we walk in that situation, subconsciously, we automatically, when we see niggas, gonna be like, can I fuck with these niggas? Mm-hmm. Can I trust these niggas? Because everything I heard about niggas is negative. It's all coming from niggas. That's the worst part.
And then you put your guard up, and then you're thinking, okay, well, he probably gonna get me, so let me get him for, you know what I'm saying? And that's what happens. And then you stop thinking about what you're doing, and now you just try to protect yourself or get over on him. And now it's bringing out demons in you, because you are scared of this person, and they have no malintentions, but because of history and what we've been told and the situations we've been put in, we act this way. And it's sad, and we still doing it.
It's like a
And
repetitive thing, you know. People don't want to see other people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I see this person doing this, but I'm gonna think that he's gonna do this, and he's not even like that. To begin with, there's no reason for you to stereotype and look at another person. It's only because of what you see and what you know of that's happened before. So you justify that as, okay, this person's gonna do it too.
And then that.
And you can't knock people for certain prejudices. If every time I encounter a group of niggas on the street, I get fucking robbed, then I probably should look out next time I see a group of niggas on the street.
Yeah.
You feel me? It's not saying don't be oblivious to patterns, because you are gonna run into certain patterns, but you just got to know how to work around them, and you got to know what kind of niggas to deal with. Because when we fuck with niggas, we fuck with these same niggas. Getting a little warm in here, huh? We fuck with these same niggas. That's the same niggas that we were just talking about. Them no good niggas, and we wonder why shit went sour.
But if we give these people a job and something to look forward to, then it could change their whole outlook of life.
It's all economic. Nobody engages in crime. Well, almost nobody engages in crime just for the fuck of it. Exactly. When was the last time you seen a motherfucker sell some drugs just because?
No, it does not happen like that.
Like for rob somebody just because they felt like robbing somebody. No, it's usually economic. And with us, we aspire to so much because niggas gotta be so fly. Like I say all the time. Yeah. We aspire to so much. You gotta go out there. You gotta go out there and jack. You gotta go out there and sell some dope to live like that. To live like Lil Wayne is living, even though this dude is a millionaire, completely sheltered.
Like that's the right way to live.
By record companies, you know. And I tell people this all the time. When we see these rich blacks in the record industry, people want to talk about how real these people are. No, these are the fakest people. Because you think these big time record executives, these white collar motherfuckers want to deal with some thugs. Exactly. They don't want to deal with no thugs.
No, they don't.
Motherfuckers like that are businessmen. They gonna portray that image to you, make you think they hard and they done moved all these bricks and shit. Yeah. But that's just to get niggas to buy this shit. And
exactly.
Yeah, and that's a false image. You know, like at anything else, that's like you say is right. They don't want to deal with the thugs because at the end of the day, the thugs are the ones going in and out of jail.
Yep, you going in and out of jail. You fucking up the money on it. You fucking up the brand of the company. You know and you ain't taking no shit. You might walk up in that motherfucker and just go off on it. They like safe blacks. Lil Wayne is a safe ass motherfucking black.
Yes, 100%. Yeah,
they don't want to look over the shoulder every time.
Yeah, they would. Yeah. No white person would see Lil Wayne coming down the street and clutch their purse. Like the white woman ain't gonna clutch her purse. She see Lil Wayne, but she see one of us.
Yeah, you know? Lock their doors real quick. You hear the button and they keep making sure it's locked, you know, because they see us and think, oh, well, he might rob me or he might do this. And it's pretty sad how you look at a black person like that.
It is, man, because, bro, I was in L.A. one time and I had a backpack on. My head was down. I'm walking home, going to catch the bus, leaving school, and I walk around this car and all I hear is click, click, here go the locks. And I look up and I'm like, damn. Like, the person, they look up, and I wasn't even looking at them. I'm looking down. So, I mean, of course, if somebody's going to rob you, they're going to look at you. I mean, they're going to see the surroundings. You know, I'm like, I wasn't even looking at them, but she clicked right before I turned the corner.
Plus, you have a backpack on. Why would you? I have a backpack on, for one, you know. Why would you look at me like I'm going to rob you or whatever? I'm not even showing any form or fashion that I'm going to rob you. You know, I have a backpack on. How do you know I didn't come from school and I'm trying to get from A to point B?
And that's what I say that's so very sad, that it's like when you even trying to do good, you're not even bothering nobody, you get stereotyped. Exactly. And you ain't even paying attention to the stereotype, you know. And it's sad because, like I said, I get stereotyped to be a certain way or something like this, and I'm like, man, y'all don't even know me. But like you say, when we go back to the,
you know,
like we say, even back to the materialistic stuff, how we talk about these chains and all these rims and stuff. People look at me and they'll be like, why don't you get your car fixed? And I'm like, why should I? It still drives. I can get to where I need to go.
Exactly.
And I'm like, because my bumper is got a quarter of my bumper is torn off. But see, when I got hit last year, I got rear-ended. But see, I took my money and I put half of it on bills, my school debt. I put like maybe 100 of it on my household stuff, making sure I got that, and then the rest I invested it in myself.
And it's called prioritizing.
Thank
That's
you.
what you
now,
do.
that average
What's more
black person,
important in my life? The way my car looks, which is something I don't even see while I'm driving down the street in this motherfucker.
Thank you.
I can't see my rims. And if I have music playing, why the fuck do I need the whole neighborhood to hear it? So we do dumb ass shit. It's to make us look like more than we are.
Exactly.
We feel like
and see, the black people, we have that so bad because for our whole lives we've been told that we are nothing. But then with these materialistic things, we feel superior. Like, so if we come around with this car and this, now we're the top dog.
Yeah, it's like who's nothing now? Look at me now type shit.
You know?
Because we look like it, but then we go home and we live in a shack. But you park a $50,000 car next to a $10,000 house.
Exactly.
That you renting.
This is retarded.
That you
this
renting.
is one thing I've noticed. When I went to LA, when I went to school downtown LA, I used to have to drive the back route sometimes. So they would be going to Hollywood, and I would have to drive up through Beverly Hills. So I would look at the houses. But as I was driving, like almost every day, I would notice the weirdest thing. I would see these big houses, but the cars were like 95 Oldsmobiles. It was huge cars, and everybody. And I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, wow, this is how they come up so fast because they put more into the house than their car.
Exactly.
Yes.
Which has more value.
They're not
if
going
we
to
go get a car,
that shit makes
and it has not the same value.
It only makes sense to put. I mean, you can't raise your family in the car. I mean, for real. You gonna? I mean, for real. You get off work and go get in your car and stay there all night. Nah.
And that's what happens.
A house is essential. You know, homes are essential. Trying to leave something for our children.
And you can rent. And see, that's what I'm saying. With a house, you can buy one, and then you can buy another one, and then you can rent out that other one. You can't go buy a car and rent it out. Hey, man, I'm gonna rent out my car. Has no value. It's not the same thing.
And that's why you see white people. They buy one car and they keep that car forever.
Yeah.
And you see black people with 12 cars in their
My
yard.
homeboy Bob, he's had his car ever since I met him, that same fucked up truck that he drove from California in. And
it's still going.
It's still rolling, so he ain't buying him another car.
Why?
He ain't never put he don't put anything into it except to make it run.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Stabilize.
And like for me, like this is, and I got two parts about the vehicle thing. I went into a car dealership 2 weeks ago to help someone with getting a vehicle. The guy looks at me and was like, hey, well, you can get you a new car. If you make payments for 18 months, you can come in and get a car with nothing down. I looked at him, I said, I'm good. And that was the first thing I said, I'm cool. And he was like, well, you can get, I was like, no, I'm good. I'm not going to get a car. I said, if I had $50,000 in cash, I still would not come here and get a car.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then they was like, your car kind of beat up. You need another car. I'm like, no, I don't. You think I need another vehicle because of this materialistic item that you see, and my car is not as pretty as this car, but at the same time, mine drive down the street just like yours will.
You don't have the new model that just came out, so you have to get your upgraded version just to make everyone happy of looking at you.
Yeah, it's like just like you hit it on the head to make it so when everybody look at you, like they can be happy. Like for real. It doesn't do anything for me. Other people get to look at me and see my nice rims, but what does that do for me?
Nothing.
And it's crazy because it's like, now if I was rich, that's a whole different situation. But when most people are not rich, they're trying to live a rich lifestyle, which they can't obtain, and they send paying a car note that's more than that house.
You know how many niggas I know that got car note? First, I've tried the car note thing one time, and it didn't work out for me anyway. But it's like, why put that into a car? I say like this, buy you a bucket and put that same $200 into it every month and see what you come out with after a year.
I'm
like for real. Think about that.
I'm currently paying a car note.
Oh, nah. Look at this nigga. Nah.
I can actually say from my point of view, I have another car, but I did not take the money that I needed to put into my other car to make it run. I put it into another car and paid more interest to someone else, you know, on top of how much they wanted for the car. So basically, I'm getting screwed two ways around instead of just one, where I could have just took the money that I put on a down payment for this car to look nice and just have this other car that's not really so nice, but it runs. It does the job, like you say, from point A to point B. So why did I go do that? It's because of what I see, you know. It's because of what I know.
All I need is point A to point B and some AC.
Exactly.
But like he's saying, what he fell victim to is what keeps us behind, because at the end of the day, those cars that we go buy from these lots are from these people. The end of the day, they still get money. The insurance man is a white. They probably related.
Everything we do pays some other ethnic group.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We as black people spend 95% of our money outside of our community. First of all, 95%. And we spend the 5% we do spend in our community. We only spend 3% of that goes to the majority of that that it goes to fucking Arabs.
Yeah.
It goes to Koreans because we don't even have anything in our own neighborhood.
No.
So at the end of the day, we making out of 100% of our income, we stuck with 2% of it.
Can you take it back
to live off of?
Can you take it back like years ago where you didn't see any foreigners that own gas stations? And now
For real.
you see foreigners own every gas station. There's
everyone.
a foreigner in every single gas
because
station.
they come out here and they use the tactics that we will not use.
Exactly.
They think in a sense like we have to build for us. They think as a group that they're ethnic group, and we even have groups that aren't even ethnic groups taking these same tactics and implementing them, such as homosexuals. The gays are now taking the group mentality and banding together and using their group power to gain mobility. And that's why you got a bunch of black people jumping on that bandwagon. Like, fuck it, I'm gay too. I'm gonna jump on the gay side.
Exactly.
Fuck what these
They're
niggas going
respected
through.
now.
Yeah, because gays get more respect than black people.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it is because they are true to what they represent, and they are not ashamed of it. Like, we're ashamed to be like,
that's true.
I got a degree.
They will rock. They will go put on some hot pants and walk down the fucking march down the fucking street in the parade with their rainbow flag.
And they will also they will also get a shirt and tie and go into a business meeting and present themselves and let it be known that they're at a standpoint.
But another thing, a masculine, strong black male is not something corporate America wants to see.
Exactly.
It's not something that gay ass, that's another safe ass nigga. That's a safe dude.
Yes, exactly.
There's no
He's not gonna
threat.
rob nobody.
There's no
He's
threat.
gay.
Yeah. He ain't gonna rob nobody. He ain't gonna punch nobody. If you talk to him wrong, he a fruitcake.
Yeah.
You feel me? He a bitch. He a female. That's how they're looking at him. So
and that's true. You know, and that's true. And this is one thing when we go back to the whole race and bossing. And I had a boss when I left, and I mean, this was weird to listen to, but at the same time, I understood where he was coming from. But it was still off. My boss told me, he said, Shane, you are a great example for your race. I'm like looking at this white man, I'm thinking, I understand that, but that's very sad that you have to tell me that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of what I'm doing.
And you probably looking like I'm just doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Exactly. I know.
And you find that when niggas do what they supposed to do, they want to put you up on a pedestal. It's like, just like when people see me with my kids and taking care of my kids, it's like, oh wow, just like you're just so rare, and like
I don't need praising for what I'm supposed to do.
I'm supposed to do the shit anyway.
Thank you. And that's what's so sad about it.
And we praise in the black community. We praise for some dumbass shit. First of all, we treat niggas who just got out of prison like they just graduated from fucking college.
Exactly.
Thank you.
These niggas come home, we give them a big party,
and like nigga
got him a car. Nigga, I mean, motherfuckers be hooking these niggas up.
What about your homie that's there last week, you know, that's been there?
And the nigga who actually graduated from college, they don't even go to his graduation.
No.
Nah. And that's what's so sad. And then it's like you talk shit about him, you know, and it's like, oh, he's a nerd, you know. But it's just sad because that's the type of reality that we live in. Because
the nigga who robbed a couple people, he cool. That's a real ass nigga right there.
He's straight.
A real ass nigga.
Yeah, he did
like,
his time.
For me, it's like even with the whole car thing, somebody was telling me that I needed a new car because I'm running the business, and I would have told them why. Why do I need that car? Because me as a person, I represent my business. Nothing materialistic represents my business.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need no big house to be like, okay, if I don't, it don't matter how big my house is. At the end of the day, it doesn't take away how smart you are.
Exactly.
There are rich idiots out there.
Yeah, like say for instance, I get me $100,000 car and I just park it at the park. I'm the man now. I'm big man. I'm big shot caller, and next thing you know, somebody pulls up in a 92 that's just been running, and it still gets you from point A to point B, like you say. But this $100,000 car guy, he's a shit now.
Nigga, you could tow your Lamborghini up to the park and sit in that motherfucker.
Exactly.
It don't even have to have an engine in it. Like the motherfucker's gonna look at you better.
But it's the materialist.
Yeah.
And it all goes back to, oh, you smart because you done got this, or you smart because you got. At the end of the day, man, it's politics, man. It's who's gonna help who. My little cousin was like, yesterday I was sitting up with him, and he was like, man, Shane, why nobody don't help you? He's like, cause you be working. He's like, I was sitting there thinking about it. You be working hard, but why nobody help you? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't understand it. But at the end of the day, I don't come home and be like, dang, man. What I do is I go open a book. I cut the computer on. I go study. I go do whatever I can. I find some money to make something happen. I don't look for no excuse.
And that's what we need in our community.
Happens. We look for excuses. Oh, man, I ain't got this. Like I say, I don't have a college degree, but I still started a business. At one point, my little sister was living with me, and I was taking care of her. And I was working full-time and making sure she was at school, and I still was running the business. True enough, I wasn't going to sleep literally, but I still did what I had to do. And then people was looking at me like I'm crazy.
But see, you didn't waste your time trying to get validated by somebody else.
Exactly.
You saw, this is what I want to do. You basically took control of your own destiny, saying, I am a designer. I am this. Hold on, I'm having technical difficulties. I am this. I am a designer. I don't need to go to your business school or go to your designing school to tell me I'm a designer. I mean, I'm worse than a lot of people. I didn't go to high school at all. I got an 8th grade education. You feel me? I graduated 8th grade. Never really went back to school after that. So a lot of the times we put ourselves down, man. We put ourselves in a situation.
And I never accepted it, you know what I'm saying? Because, growing up, I always was drawn, But the sad reality was I couldn't find anybody to make my career happen. So, I moved to L.A. with my father. And, even when I was out there, I was working for people. I was showing people my stuff. I was asking questions. I was doing this. And they kept shutting the door. And I'm like, damn, what is it? Mm-hmm. And then the one thing I had to realize, sometimes it's not you. It's not the skills. A lot of times people looking at that color and they looking at that power. And it's sad, but I had to really understand that because people be like, oh, you just started making T-shirts because so-and-so was making them. Exactly. And that's what I hear a lot. And I'm like, wait, y'all don't even know what I've been trying to do. And the ones that do know, they know what I've been trying to do.
You're not Michael Jordan. Why are you trying to sell shoes?
And one thing I noticed here in Arkansas, especially in Hot Springs, there's an avenue for economic mobility. Black people could be coming up out here if they wanted to
band together,
but they clearly
I've seen it as a child. And I realized when I was a kid, I was like, man, it's paper out here, and I was just always like, you know what, I'm gonna make something happen. And I told myself that, and a lot of people be like, oh boy, you crazy, or you got a lot on your hands because of what I tell them. But at the end of the day, I believe it. Like when people ask me what I want to do, I tell them I don't be like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make some shirts. No, I tell people I'm gonna take over the fashion. I'm gonna take over the whole industry. That's my job. That's what I want to do. I'm not gonna get into something and say, "Oh, I'm cool with number two." No, if I'm gonna do something,
and we probably
I'm number one.
And we probably shouldn't even encourage our children to just latch on to one thing.
No,
you feel me? You should be
because
multiverse. You feel me? If you, I mean, yeah, you could know a lot about one thing, but what happens when your sink get clogged up? What happens when you need your oil change? You know, you need to be versed in.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't do this. Like, cause for me, I mean, I know how to make patterns for shoes. I know how to make patterns for clothes. And now I'm learning screen printing, which that was 100% self-taught. But at the same time, I'm finna be the one who works on my website also. So I'm doing my website also. I mean, my YouTube stuff, I do all that. I shoot the videos. I mean, do whatever. You know, so I mean, all the stuff people see, I'm doing it at the house. You know, it's not anybody else like, oh, I'm going to do this for you. No, because it's so hard to get those people that'll work for free and be like, okay, I'm going to do this 100%. And that's the hard thing to find, which I can't understand the concept of how you get people in a not even just say in this town, in the world that are broke, and then they fine with it.
Exactly. See, that's what we lack. We lack a strong focus. And
I don't get it.
If we had straight focus on actually accomplishing things, there would be no reason for us not to come together to make things better for our community or ourselves.
And that's true.
We would be actually economically like recession proof if we all came together and thought on one thing and had a strong focus on that one thing.
And I agree with that so much only because black people are so used to living with I mean, we have our income is less than any ethnic group in this country. But we still manage to look fly. I mean, we still manage to dress better and drive nicer cars than a lot of these. So we can work with nothing. We've been doing that for a long time. So let's start using these tactics.
And we're also homeless. We also have poor people. We also have people go to the Salvation Army every day to eat, you know, and that's pretty sad that we don't take care of our own people. And
it's very sad, but you know the sad reality of it is though is that if you walked out your house right now and 100 people were standing across the street and you walked the other way and they saw you feed somebody, you the weird one.
Yeah,
you weird.
Yeah, but also you can't actually put yourself in a predicament where you have to extend your hand so much to people because there's no reason for the people that have had to not have anymore.
Yeah, so you got to give people some direction at the same time. You just can't go throwing handouts. And and that's what's going on with our system is we've had too many handouts as black people and no direction. We have no direction. Everybody's getting a check. Everybody's getting the food stamps and all this other stuff, the housing, but there's no direction involved with that, and no motivation.
Accept that. They accept housing. They accept this stuff, and they'll sit there and won't do nothing.
Exactly, years
but
on
the smart
years.
ones will be like, you know what? I'm finna work on my business. I'm finna go to school while I'm getting this. Yep. But then you got most of them that just be like, you know what? Hey, and then some of them, the sad reality is they talk about housing and food stamps as if they're winning a monthly prize. Oh, I'm coming up. I ain't got to do nothing. It's coming in every month.
It's free money. It's free money. Nah, it ain't free.
So I'm chilling from the 5th to the next 1st. You know, I done blew all my money in 4 days.
And they keep it in your brain right where they want it to be. Because at the end of the day, they give you this housing, they give you these food stamps, and you doing this stuff, and you spending your money right back with them. And they steal.
And the cold part, you don't know when that shit is going to stop.
Exactly.
They got a large conservative movement that's changing welfare. They're trying to start make people go and do like working like labor camps and shit. They want to drug test people and stuff, which is funny. When they said something about drug testing politicians, that's when they took that shit away.
Exactly.
But we really need to just start focusing, just like he said. We need to start focusing. We're running out of time, I see. But we need to start focusing on the on solutions. Now, here at Straight Up, we always come with real talk and real solutions. So I'd like to hear some of your ideas of what we can do in specifics as a black community. Let's set it right here in Hot Springs. What do we need to do right here in Hot Springs? What do we need to take advantage of here to give blacks a better economic whereabouts? Because we right now we're on the bottom economically. The Arabs own the gas stations, the Mexicans own the restaurants, and they do all the construction, and we are on the bottom right now. How do we rise up a little bit? What do we do first?
Man, really, what I say, what we really that we can rise up, and we got to see. The sad thing is, us as adults, we got to get the kids to get to the next point. I mean, we have to help these kids get into college and actually be able to be put in situations to finish college, and in that way they can start getting into these boardrooms and these type of things, and quit telling them just to go work for somebody down the street. I mean, and that's the thing.
Not to cut you off, but I will beg to differ on the college thing.
We're not just in college, but we got to educate ourselves.
And by education, we need to start educating our children ourselves instead of relying on this system that we say that puts us down to educate our children.
I have a strong point about that.
I can finish college, and like I say, I'm biased with college, but at the same time, it's a thing where, I mean, we got to at the end of the day, we didn't have to put our kids in better positions to succeed as opposed to as opposed to just getting by.
Exactly.
Because right now, they just getting by.
Not even that.
I feel like if we had like a pot of luck, you know, like say for instance, you get a pot of luck, everyone brings something to the table. Like say one person had business management, one person had accounting, one person had this, and one person had that. If everybody came together and they all had strong points in what they done and actually handled what they had to handle, and everyone was together, there's no way that we cannot succeed.
We used to have that before integration.
Yeah, exactly.
We had that. We had everything you just described. We had it, but we gave all that shit away. So I mean,
that's why when August comes, I'm going back to the two schools, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna keep I'm gonna go back and say, okay, this time we doing this, and I'm taking that upon myself. And like for me, that's the best thing I feel like I can do right now, because financially.
Stop recording. It's still recording. Okay, as long as it's still recording, keep going. Yeah, keep going.
Because like for me, like I say, financially, I can't do nothing. I mean, you know, I'm broke. I'm trying to keep myself together, but I can go spend my time and teach a child something that I've learned, or you know, some things that they're going to catch in the real world. Because when we was in high school, they weren't telling you about the real world. They telling you about the world that they want you to believe. Yeah. They weren't talking about all these bills that you're going to have to pay for, and these credit cards, and trying to get a job to sustain all this stuff on top of, you know, having people that have kids and do all, I mean, so
they want you to follow what's already there.
They definitely are not preparing our children. That's why it's not up to us to look to this social order to educate our children. This is something we need to be doing on a personal level.
Exactly.
Because I'm not gonna front. I've learned more sitting on the computer with Google and these search engines and YouTube that I learned
in school.
Pretty much especially sitting in a business class for 2 months.
Dude, I've put myself through YouTube, internet college, a nigga on everything, Google college. A nigga went through all those stages since like 2007, and I've learned more on that quest than I ever learned anywhere. And I've always thought I learned a lot in the little bit of school.
It's amazing because you control what you learn.
Exactly.
When you're in school, they got books to tell you what they want you to learn because of certain things. And at the end of the day, as you talk about it, you start to be like, damn, I was a robot in school because.
Exactly.
And when you control what you learn, it just you when you have control of a situation, you go into it more. Just like you controlling your business, you're gonna put more into it.
They make you learn what they want you to know.
I want you need to know this. Yeah. And just learn that and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And that's the sad thing. Like I say, with college, they sit there and they structure a system to stretch you for 4 years. That way, they can get all the money out of you. And then you got to go back and get a master's. You got to go back and do this. And it's like, when do I start making the money? Because right now, I'm just paying you.
We coming up on our last minute. So we're going to go ahead and wind this on down. It's been a very interesting conversation. We definitely gonna have to have you back. Maybe have you come chill in the studio or something and get with us
Damn.
on that. But yeah.
Yes, Zach.
You hit some valid
Most
points.
definitely.
Give people your contact information wherever they can reach you at. If you like to be reached, you know where they can buy T-shirts or whatever. We still got about.
Well, you can. They can email me at ShaneLawsonClothing@gmail. My website ShaneLawson.com will be up soon. I have to work on that. Facebook is Facebook.com/Shane Lawson Clothing, and I gave them my email. So yeah.
Okay, that is what's up, man. So
Yes.
this concludes another edition of Straight Up. I'm your boy Dante. We got guest co-host Dustin up over there on the ones and twos,
Most
doing
definitely.
it like that.
Most
So
definitely.
we're gonna go ahead and sign off. We thank you again, Shane Lawson, for joining us. We thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.